Hello, this is Steve Malone with CompositeX. Hope you're doing well today and again some good trades. As traders, we look for certain chart patterns or setups based upon what price action has been doing. Today I want to talk about what I refer to as a three-step market structure. After 3 steps in a certain direction, we look for a reversal. And this happens in the daily charts and in the intraday charts. What I want to share with you today is we had a few pairs that showed a beautiful 3-step pattern, and in my live active trade room this morning I mentioned to folks look for reversals or look for move back up in the euro, move back up in the pound as the dollar Swiss possibly retraces back down some, and that was simply due to a 3-step market structure. Now some folks are going to refer to this as the Elliott wave, or it also has some other names that it goes by. I just simply look for 3 steps, almost like a staircase. If you take a look at the hourly chart here of the euro dollar, you can see that over 3 days it almost has that staircase effect. You can see it here. The market was kind of range bound, step down, flat, step down, flat, step down. Once you have 3 steps down, then you're going to start looking for that reversal. Now let's talk about the reversal for a moment. Typically we find reversals are going to be a percentage of the overall move, and what better tool to use than a fib retracement tool. Typically I find that if we go from top to bottom of the move, we look for a reversal of anywhere between a 23.6 to a 618. Let's talk about those. A 23.6, if that's as far as the market goes back and doesn't seem to go any further, then look for potential continuation of the 3-step structure. There's a possible retracement to 38.2. 38.2 is your standard profit-taking level. And at that point, now we're going to look for other dynamics in the marketplace to determine if we're going to go higher or lower. A 50% retracement is a pretty good retracement, and again we'll probably look for the market to turn and go back in the direction of the trend or give us something new to look for. Oftentimes you'll find the market possibly retracing all the way back to about a 618. A 618 would give us a beautiful retracement and a nice setup for what I refer to as a 1, 2, 3 down pattern. This being the high being 1, low being 2, and the retracement to the 618 would be point number 3, and we'd be looking for the return back towards maybe the 23.6 or towards the bottom. Now just simply know this, typically reversals are not V-shaped. Usually when we get a reversal of some sort, we're going to go back down and test near the low. It doesn't have to get right to the low. Sometimes it may even pin or drop lower than the previous low. But what I typically find is we'll be looking for a double bottom pattern in a 3-step structure to the downside. Now let's go take a look at one to the upside. You can see here that we were kind of bouncing along in a range, and then we made a move up, flat, step up, flat, step up again, and now we're getting this slight retracement back. Not quite to a 23.6, but just about. Let me run this here. You can see that we're just above the 23.6 right here. Possible move back down. Now keep an eye on the trader's dynamic index. When the market baseline gets back down towards the 50 and the green red lines pull back towards the 50, then we'll be set up for a potential new pattern. Now what I typically find is in these reversal patterns you're going to be looking for a double top or a double bottom. Double top in the case of the Swiss going up, so possibility is we go back up, we'll go back up in this area and give us possibly a double top, and then maybe a follow through back down some. However, a decent retracement back is almost like a springboard. If we get a move all the way back down to a 50, maybe of 618, look for the market to springboard back up and higher. On the case of the euro dollar, a push back to that 618 giving us that 1, 2, 3 down pattern. That could be a springboard for further push down towards 121 area. As a matter of fact, some analysts are looking for a push down to 2150 area, which is another 100 pips lower in the euro dollar. In the pound dollar, interestingly, we had the same setup here, bouncing around here. Then we made step down number 1, flat, step down number 2, flat, then step down number 3, flat. And this morning in my live active trade room, I had mentioned look for this to possibly push back up towards 55.30 area, and here we are seeing about 55.26, 28. I mentioned to look for the euro to push back towards 23.20. Now what we're going to be looking for from this point forward, there are offers setting up in this area, because obviously there are some who want to see this go down lower, while others are going to be looking for a potential take profit somewhere up in this area before a possible push down. So be aware of the market. The market may just kind of move up and down, maybe get some chop before we get an actual move in a direction. And an actual move in the marketplace may not happen until near the time of an economic announcement. So in wrapping this up, just be aware of the three-step market structure. It happens intraday as well as on the daily charts. If you have 3 days moving in a certain direction, look for the market to correct. It may be range bound for a little bit, but look for a correction. And remember that most corrections are not V-shaped. They're going to bounce a little bit and give you either a double bottom or, like in the Swissy, possible double top situation here. Be aware of what the economic announcements are, because if the economic announcements are in line with the overall trend direction, then look for a good, strong continuation. Well, folks, it's Dean Malone with CompositeFX. Hope some of this information about the three-step market structure will help you in your trading. Also, if you haven't already, join me in my live active trade room. We trade Monday through Friday starting at 8 a.m. Eastern. If you want to look over my shoulder and watch what I do and join a good community of traders, go to www.compassfx.com/Forex Signals. Well, folks, y'all make it a great day. Get some good trades. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.